Hey, and welcome to Pink Pearl Tarot. I'm Eleanor. Today's Pick a Card Tarot reading is supposed to help us lighten up a little bit and reclaim some of our sense of wonder, a belief in our own magic and our own abilities. So I have asked for it to be shown to us step by step with 3 tarot cards to spell it out, and then we have an overall energy and an affirmation. I figure that way it kind of like the process meets us where we are instead of having to just leap to some, arbitrary spots. So we have stack 1, stack 2, stack 3. They're timestamped below. Let's get right to it. All right, stack 1. Your affirmation is, every day I am stronger, braver, and wiser. I live and grow in harmony with the universe. And then you have Eagle, vision, freedom, inspiration. And then we have the 10 of Swords to begin with. Moving on to the Fool, Ozzy. And the 7 of Pentacles. So with Eagle comes a reminder of all of your potential and the possibilities that are open to you. They want you to play with visualization, dreaming big, and planning. It asks, what would you love to do? And then go with your first answer without second guessing it. Now, the first step with the 10 of Swords, something must come to an end, or some kind of closure has to happen, even if it's not closure that someone else gives you, but closure that you give yourself. There is a toxic pattern that's become so tiresome and heavy, and as long as it's active and ongoing and re-triggering, you're going to be weighed down by it. And so to end it, that could come with some initial pain, but once you process it out, the freedom lets you soar as high as you've always wanted. Next, you have the Fool. So here is your new beginning after all of that. It's kind of like a dark night, and then this is why closure is so important, though, and processing the emotions from it is so important, because you don't want to take any of that with you where you're going, or at least as little of it as possible, because you will have grown stronger from it if you allow it. You will have learned a lesson from it, so that does come with you. But I don't like to talk in absolutes. So they want you to spread your wings and be open to all of the possibilities once this heavy thing comes to a close. And since it is a step-by-step instruction, it means that you would have to take action to end something for your peace, or identify an ongoing trigger that's always bringing pain with it. And then with the Fool, don't be so quick to try to replace it, at least not with something specific right away. But it's the 0, and it represents an emptiness, much like the universe before the Big Bang, or a stage before the show. You know what it reminds me of? The empty white space of the program in the Matrix, where they call up and load up all of their gear and stuff. That kind of blank space to fill. So you can literally do or create anything on that blank canvas because this monster has been defeated. That's just my intuitive interpretation of the Fool, but if we look at Ozzy here, he's becoming a werewolf by the light of the full moon. And so there is something feral going on, some kind of expansion that breaks limits or constraints of identity, much like the busting of buttons, like when a werewolf becomes from a man. So I see the 0 and the werewolf, and I think stem cells, recoding your self-concept at the cellular level. So wake up that animal inside of you, the one that kept getting smacked down under the old regime that you have now crushed, right? It's such an animalistic and primal energy, and there are methods to tap into that. You can spend time in nature, you can observe animals, identify the strengths that you share with certain animals. Imagine being it, like Arthur in Camelot, the old musical, how Merlin would change him into animals so he could see the realm from the different perspectives. Like you did when you were a kid, that imagination. So now you have the Eagle here, which is pretty much a clear invitation to explore and befriend that specific energy and to tap into where it has been sleeping inside of you. Finally, you have the 7 of Pentacles. Somehow, however it pleases you, document your journey and your findings. What brought you results, what didn't? And slowly prune what wasted your time. What did you think would be fun and turned out to be not so fun? And let the things that widened your eyes and opened you up and expanded your heart take priority. So maybe you journal, maybe you make videos, maybe you take this on with a therapist who's documenting your progress, but keep track of and reward your progress. Maybe you keep a journal of the animals that you're connecting with, or ways that your insights into the future have started to come true. or the times that your instincts were correct, ways they protected you without making you shrink again. This starts out with some pretty heavy work, but that's like why I arranged the reading like I did as a progression, so that the cards would meet you where you are and shine a light out of the darkness. You can't just recommend to lighten up or think like a kid again, and that's the command, right? So I acknowledge that this is kind of a heavy reading, so they're here on step 3, enjoy the fruit of your labor and the work. Sample your harvest. Assess if the work that you've done has indeed expanded your vision and made room for inspiration and provided more freedom in some aspect of your life. Maybe you treat yourself to a beautiful grimoire if you're learning magic, or share your experiences for others on social media. Maybe you notice new people that have gravitated in to share this chapter with you, and new collaborative or passionate connections are forming that you would have never been vulnerable enough to accept before, because I do see interpersonal expansion and like minds here as well. So I hope that gives you something to get excited about, stack 1, and I'll talk to you next time. Thank you. Stack 2, your affirmation is my intuition is strong and clear. I trust the voice within. And then you have wood, growth, connection, and renewal. Okay, step 1, 2 of cups. Oh, nice. And then you have the page of wands. And then the 8 of swords. A lot of heart-centered energy here. Very emotional journey. So with wood, the focus is on your foundation and safety so that you can reach for the sky. It's about connecting your higher and mundane selves. And it can be about chakra alignment if you choose to look at it that way. It's learning to be fluid and learning to connect to your intuition. So now the first step is 2 of cups. So let someone in. I feel like there's a partner around you, a potential partner, and it could possibly be romantic, but it does not have to be. This could be a friendship trying to take root, or a relationship with a family member that needs repair. For some, it does imply your connection to yourself and getting comfortable and enjoying your own company, aligning your head and your heart, trusting your intuition as much or more than you so easily trust other people's version of reality. I get it. It is rough out there. Dating is a disaster for a lot of people right now. And facts are, not everyone you connect with will love you. And when someone does truly, let them. This can look so many different ways, but the main point is to make steps towards connection, to get out of that loneliness bubble or spiral that is consuming so many people right now. There is a need for trust, but you first have to trust yourself. I think so many times inability to trust others originates with lack of self-trust, because if someone else lets us down, there's nothing underneath us. It's just the black chasm, like there's no safety net within. Ground yourself in your own self-trust, and that gives you the safety to trust another. So with step 2, page of wands, play. And with wood, literally go talk to trees. They have so much to communicate. Allow yourself to be silly enough to put your back to the trunk of a tree and take a few deep belly breaths, clear your mind, and feel what that tree wants to tell you and wants to share with you. I don't care how silly I sound saying that. Trees do so much for us, and they want to be seen. They want to be respected, cared for, and connected to, just like we want to be connected to each other. They want to be shown love by us picking up trash around them. And how this is related to the page of wands, because a grown-up, cynical, overthinking adult brain is going to say, this sounds stupid, this sounds crazy, it's childish, weird, whatever. So yeah, go there. That's what the point of this is, right? Unleash that wide-eyed, excited, excitable part of you. The sillier and weirder, the better. The wood card says connection right on it. So it's like they're saying to plug in to the web of life. First with another human being here with the 2 of cups, or a facet of yourself, and next with something that you have dismissed since childhood, like your connection to nature, your belief in magic, spirits, divinities, superpowers, anything. Do it with this person if you like. If you don't feel safe being this with someone, they're not the one. Connect with someone who is encouraging this out of you, who awakens it in you. Third, you have the 8 of swords. So when you are connected to this side of yourself, you might begin to distinguish 2 different voices within you. One from your belly and heart, and another from your mind. So one is reaching with hands open to expand, to connect, to feel, and to express, and to be alive, and to receive. The other one it's almost like a conversation says, no, you can't do this, you aren't that, whatever else it does to try to keep you safe, quote, quote. That's the ego. It has a valid job, to be fair. And that conversation can be a two-way street. We always talk about what the ego tells us, but have we thought much about talking back? Have you considered reassuring that you have taken its concerns into account, but that its service is appreciated, but its methods are wrong in the situation, and maybe you can gain its trust. Like, I hear you, I get what you're trying to protect me from, and I have thought of that. I have it under control. One thing I read about reassuring the ego is to set smaller, more obtainable goals so that you can see some success and build some rapport and some trust there. Also, by connecting to the source of your intuition, you can get a whole new grasp on reality to counter offer when the ego tries to pull you into a nightmare scenario to scare you into submission. You can say, thank you, I don't need your story, I have one, and I got it from a reliable source. I am safe, I am connected, I got me, and I got you. I hope that gets you a little bit excited and gets you, I don't know, revved up to try something new and gets you feeling a little bit lighter. Stack 2, and I'll talk to you next time. Thank you. All right, stack 3. Your affirmation is, in my heart, I know that good things are coming my way. And you have the snow leopard, mystery, sensitivity, belief. That's what we're trying to do here. Awaken belief. Step 1, you have the chariot. Step 2, King of Pentacles. Step 3, the star. Okay. So with snow leopard, they want you to embrace and celebrate what makes you unique and play it up instead of trying to hide it. And also to balance connection and interactions with enough alone time so that you don't lose touch with yourself and your uniqueness. They don't want you to lose yourself in other people. That's your time to dream and to drop any mask that you have to wear at any given circumstance. It's how you foster that sense of self that you bring to the table when you do connect with others. Now, so first off, you have the chariot. So you have to get moving one way or another. Dislodge yourself and move. Even if you cannot walk, move your arms, move your face, have someone take you outside. But movement of any kind is vital, is the vital first step. So get that blood flowing any way that you can. Like, have you ever noticed how the force of movement on a roller coaster will lift your butt up out of the seat? Motion lightens your heart, it lifts you up, and it changes your brain waves and alters your state of mind. Now, second, you have the King of Pentacles, grounding, touching grass, getting in communion with your senses, with nature, with your immediate surroundings, and anything you can find there that roots you and provides you with an inner sense of safety. It's the whole, the process of, name something you can see, name something you can touch, smell, like go through each of the senses and ground yourself. This asks you to pay attention to anything cluttered or heavy in your environment that's adding heaviness to your psyche. And this also talks about building that sense of physical safety and foundation on which you can dance your dance or sing your song. It's hard to feel playful, curious, open, or comfortable with mystery if your basic fundamental security is not in place. So maybe chariot to King of Pentacles means to get up off your butt and get your rent paid so that anxiety can lift off of you. Financial concerns could be the thing weighing you down and having you feeling very serious. But are you worrying without taking action? Taking some kind of action is empowering, and it's really the only place that you have control, your actions. Do what you have to do to concentrate your focus on what you can control. Doing so plants you on the ground. And I'm hearing like designated driver, like that's you here. Your ego might need to feel that there is some part of you remaining sober and taking care of practical business before it can feel free to explore magic or the unknown. Like maybe it's afraid that you'll drift away or lose touch. So third, you have the star. So make a wish, the biggest, best one that you can come up with. Now's the time, after you've grounded yourself in the belief that it can come true, that good things have happened for you, and that the basics are taken care of. Making wishes, it seems silly and naive and childish if you don't believe in the unseen and what's possible. Like, I can see a fear of, losing touch with reality or becoming delusional. No one wants to be called delusional or think that they are, so that's where this grounding comes in. But literally, make a wish like on a dandelion and blow the seeds all around, or call it setting an intention if that feels less woo-woo to you, but that's kind of actually the idea, is to waken some of your woo-woo because it brings everything around you to life. And then after you make your wish, that energy wafts away into the unknown where you don't know how it's going to come back looking like, only that it will. And there's also huge inner child catharsis here with the star. If your little self were standing in front of you right now, what did they most want to hear? And can you tell them that now? Can you tell them that you love them? Can you tell them they don't have to change, not to give up on themselves, to create their own safety and security in their unique form? That rejecting themselves as they are now is why they think their magic doesn't work to begin with. So I hope that helps, Stack 3, and I will talk to you next time. Thank you.